What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. So guys, today we are checking out all of the optional tasks that you have in the setup missions of the Oscar Guzman Flies Again heist or the Titan job, and we're also going to check out what the maximum payment is if you complete all of these optional tasks. The first optional task is in the second setup mission, Mogul, and it's pretty much that you have to steal both Moguls. Normally it's sufficient if you steal just one Mogul, there will be no issues. In the final you can complete everything. But if you steal the second Mogul, you will get a small bonus, and also in the final you can use the second Mogul, which is interesting if you are playing with 2 players or more. If you're playing solo, you could also take the second Mogul and then Oscar will just take off alone, but then you have to use the gun on the front of the Mogul, which is just more difficult to use and it will take much longer to take down the Titan. The second optional task that you have is in the fourth setup mission, Iron Mule, and it's to steal the insurgent that you have on the testing site. To be honest, I don't think this is interesting. Doesn't matter if you're playing solo or with multiple people, but you get a small bonus for this. And then the third optional task that you have in the same mission is to steal all 4 Iron Mules. This is kind of interesting if you are doing the next setup mission, the final setup mission with 4 players. But for the rest, for the final, it definitely doesn't have any benefits for you. Of course, you do get a small bonus, I think, for this as well. I don't know how much the bonus is exactly. But this takes much longer to steal all the Iron Mules, especially if you are only doing this setup mission with 1 or 2 players. If you are doing it with 4 players, it's no big deal because then everyone just steals 1 helicopter. But for the rest, definitely not something interesting. And then the last optional task that you have is to steal the upgrades basically in the last setup mission. So you have the extra loadout, weapon loadout, you have the extra armor, and then you have the upgrade for the Mogul. All of these upgrades are interesting, to be honest. I will also show them in the final, but the time that you put into it to steal the extra crate is not really worth it, especially if you're doing the last setup mission solo. It's really hard to steal the last crate because then the backup arrives. So if you want to do this, you definitely need a second player to help you in the last setup mission. When you start the final, the loadout that you have is a service carbine, mini SMG, MG, pistol, a grenade, and then also a bullpup shotgun. And then if you have the weapon upgrade from the last mission, so if you stole that crate, you can get a loadout over here, a extra loadout, and also a homing launcher next to it, which is kind of useful. The extra weapons that you get are a military rifle, first of all. Then you also get a combat MG Mark II, and also a SMG Mark II. Then you also get a pump shotgun Mark II. You also get a AP pistol, and then also pipe bombs. So in fact, the extra loadout, especially the homing missile, which I think is also part of the extra loadout, is very useful. And then on the left, you also have heavy armor. So this is the armor upgrade. This, to be honest, is not really worth it. I would say out of the 3 upgrades that you can steal in the last mission, this is the least interesting one. And then the most interesting one, in my opinion, is the upgrade for the Mogul. So first of all, this will give you a dual machine gun on top of the Mogul instead of a single machine gun, which will help you take down the Titan faster. I actually tested this and it will save you 1 minute. Without the upgrade, it will take you around 4 minutes. With the upgrade, it will take you 3 minutes to take out the Titan, which in my opinion is very good because this part of the mission is very, very annoying and boring. For the rest, also the gun in front that the pilot can use will also be a dual machine gun. Then you'll also have the cluster bomb option, and also the handling of the plane is better if you have the upgrades. So I think this upgrade out of the 3 is definitely the most interesting one. When you're fixing the engine and also filling up the ammo of the Titan, the insurgent will also be dropped over there. So over there you can also use it. Also in the beginning of the mission, the insurgent is there when you get inside of the Moguls, but I think in both cases it's not really interesting. So there's no point of really stealing the insurgent except that you get the bonus at the end. So the payment with all of the tasks completed is 810k on hard mode, and normally this is 750k, so you get a bonus of 60k, which is definitely not worth the extra time that you put in it. But there seems to be a bug, or maybe this is just how the mission works, where all of the tasks that you completed will also be completed the next time that you do the mission, and it just stays like this forever. So after I did this mission, I did the heist again, but then I didn't do any of the extra tasks and I still got the 810k. So of course, if this stays like this, then it's interesting to just do all of the optional tasks once, and then after that you will always get the bonus. To be honest, I think this is a bug, but at least for now, You can do the extra tasks once, and then you can repeat the mission as much as you want, and you will always get the extra 60k. So guys, that was it. Hope it was useful, hope it was helpful. Make sure to like, subscribe, check out my Discord in the description, and peace out, you guys.